Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif has unveiled the Uran-Pakistan Homegrown National Economic Plan, targeting economic revival through a 5-year framework. The plan focuses on key areas like exports, digital transformation, food security, and energy. Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar highlighted the need for overcoming political obstacles to ensure progress and join the G20. Meanwhile, protests erupted in Karachi as Majlis Wahdat-e Muslimin condemned police and rangers firing against demonstrators. MWM Information Secretary Asif Safwi called out the Sindh government for state oppression. In retaliation, Ahle Sunnat wal Jamaat staged counter-protests. The unrest is tied to violence and road closures in Parachinar, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. In a separate legal development, former Gilgit-Baltistan CM Khalid Khurshid Khan, also a PTI leader, has been sentenced to 34 years in prison for threatening security institutions during a rally. The sentence follows his earlier disqualification over allegations of a fake law degree. The United Nations has accused Israel of continuing to hinder aid to Gaza, as local authorities report the death of a 7th Palestinian from hypothermia due to freezing temperatures. Meanwhile, Israel's airstrikes on Gaza continue, with the latest attack in Jabalia killing 4 Palestinians. The death toll since the conflict's escalation on October 7, 2023, now exceeds 45,500 Palestinians, with more than 108,000 wounded. In Lebanon, the army has moved into the southern town of Shamma, coordinating with UNIFIL peacekeepers following the Israeli withdrawal. The army is conducting surveys to remove unexploded ordnance, urging citizens to stay clear of the area. In related news, the US Army has confirmed responsibility for recent strikes in Yemen, targeting Houthi command centers and weapon storage facilities, amid claims from Houthi officials of violations of international law. Iran's security chief, Ali Akbar Ahmadian, has stated that a new resistance group will emerge in Syria to confront Israel. This follows the fall of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, whose regime was a key ally to Tehran. Stay tuned for more updates.